Good morning, folks. It is Thursday, July 18th. 18th. That's what I said, 18th. Gary is setting up the table, the little table that we have. This is about a 1.5 foot by, supposed to be 2 feet by 4 feet. So it's a little table. We put it up there between the chairs. He's already turned the one chair around. He's moving his Big Mac. That's what's under the blanket. We're not going to use that today because that would use way too much power, and we can't turn the generator on to help it. So yeah, so he's setting up, and then we're both going to sit in those chairs over there that are much more comfortable than the table chairs, or the table bench, whatever you want to call it, the booth. And we're going to he's going to work on a few ideas for reading cards and getting into shows, etc. And I'm going to sit in the other chair and just be there to just chat and not have my butt get sore because this seat is very uncomfortable. It doesn't take long before my butt is sore. So yes, maybe move the dog's bed and that might make it a little easier. Anyway, Bree just finished gulping her breakfast down because she's not sure what's going on. Dad's doing something here, and she won't eat when we're traveling. She won't eat if we're not here. So if we go out, she won't eat. And right now, Dad's doing something that's unusual, so she's not really sure about that. And yeah, so it's another little, I just wanted to just, show. Later on today, Gary's going to be going outside and sorting a couple of things in the basement, which is the storage underneath the motorhome. And I am later on going to get Gary to help me, and we're going to sort through our canned goods and our food again, and figure out what needs to be cooked and what doesn't, so that we know what food we have to eat during this time when we can't cook. There have been many times over the last few days that I have really thought it was a bad idea for us to take the stove out, but it is kind of what it is. You could put it along there. No. The wheelchair often gets in the way. Can it squeeze into the bedroom? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so there's Bree this morning, happy, having a good time. She's not getting enough exercise, so she's a little pudgy these days. And she's 9, so yeah, an older dog, which doesn't help with the whole pudginess. But anyway, she's still the sweetheart of the place, so yeah. Alright, well, it looks like Gary's ready to settle in, so I'm going to shut this off, but thought I'd just sort of share something. We're actually doing something. And maybe I'll turn it on later on when we're sorting through food or whatever, but that's kind of it for right now, and maybe for the day, I don't know. Talk to you again soon. Well, hello again. It's still Thursday. Still the 18th of July, and we had a little bit of a problem. Gary went to pull our circular light, our ring light out from underneath in the what they call the basement, which is the storage boxes underneath the motorhome, and it was wet. So then he pulled another box out of the same compartment, which was my Big Shot, the Big Shot die cutter. And fortunately, it is a manual die cutter. And fortunately, only the box got destroyed. It was soaking wet. We're drying it, and we're going to see if we can salvage at least part of it to use a sort of a label on a box. We're going to have to rebox that into something to go underneath. So when we get money again, we will be buying some plastic boxes and moving quite a few things into plastic so that it doesn't get wet, because this is quite a nice rainy area, which is great for the skin, but not so great for paper. Anyway, yeah, so we have things on the table right now. The two white boxes are things that were under there and only got damp on the bottom of the box. So we put a towel on the little table and we set them up on there so they can dry. And we put the Vivitar, which is our ring light, we put the box onto some, they're just white plastic bowls that we have. They're disposable bowls. We use them over and over again because they're good. Anyway, we put it up on top of a few of those so it can dry all the way around properly. And we kind of put it together so that when it's finished, we can tape it if we can and fit the light back into the box, hopefully, because it just protects it just that much more. The bag that it has is just a light bag in that light sort of raincoat material. Anyway, I can't remember what it's called right now, but yeah. So it's not really heavy, and it's not really protective of the light. And the light is plastic. And if something, happens, it could easily break. So rather than do that, I want to try and get it back into that box and see if that'll help protect it a little bit. I wrapped the tripod for it and the extension and all that together, and the cords together in a plastic bubble wrap stuff to protect it a little bit. So, so we've got things drying now. We're going to get ourselves a bite to eat. I have resorted our groceries that we have in the house so that they're cooked. Things that have to be cooked are on one side of the motorhome, basically. Things that don't have to be cooked are on the other. And and that'll make it a little easier for us to figure out what we're going to eat for meals. I put all the canned fruit into the fridge so that it's cool, because I prefer my canned fruit cold. And we can always drain some of that and add it to either tuna or to salad or both, and have meals with that. And we'll be okay. Food-wise, we're fine. I mean, we have bread, which we bought the other day, and we have lettuce in the drawer in the fridge, and we have butter and things like that. So we're fine food-wise. We can make sandwiches or we can have salad, so we're good. Anyway, Gary probably wants to come through. He's kind of standing in the doorway behind me, and I just wanted to sort of say, this is something. Only one door was leaking, so we're going to have to seal it. Gary thought all the doors were sealed because they looked like they were all sealed properly, but this one obviously has a leak someplace. So we're going to have to have a look at it and get some weather stripping and put onto it where it needs it, and see if we can prevent this happening again. The storms that have been happening around are just wicked. I mean, it rains so hard when it's raining that it's no wonder. It's a wonder that actually that more hasn't been gotten wet, and everything is in these cardboard boxes. We packed most of the crafting stuff that was coming into here into the bankers boxes because they are the right size. They're the same size, and they would go into the storage places that we have underneath. So maybe when we get moved and kind of settled in one place, we can show you the underneath where everything is and what it looks like. And we're going to start getting some plastic bins that are the right size and start transferring stuff. And we may even shorten up the space that we're using by doing that, because we may be able to fit more into a plastic bin and sort of double boxes up type of thing. But we'll see how that goes. And in the meantime, like I said, we're going to go and have something to eat now. And it's only 3:30, but I'm hungry, and Gary probably is too because we haven't eaten since breakfast. And that was pretty early this morning. So we will talk to you again when we get there. Thanks. Bye. Hello, everyone. It is Monday. I think it's the 20th today. And we turned the motorhome around last night so that our slide windows and our slide are on the parking lot side, and our door is actually on the glass side. And why we did it is so that because it's so hot, we have to have the door open. And if we have the door open on the parking lot side, well, first off, you get all the dust and dirt and noise and heat and everything through the door because the sun is also on that side. And secondly, people are walking by constantly. Whereas on the glass side, they don't walk by as much. There's still, you have a few, but they don't tend to walk as close or as, nosy looking in the window, that kind of thing. So, we switched it. We turned it around last night. And it's actually really, really interesting sitting here looking out the window and just watching the cars and watching the way traffic goes and who does what, like I don't really care who they are, but you know what I mean? Like just watching traffic. I'm a real people watcher. I've done this for pretty much my whole adult life. It's a really good way of if you want to write and you're going to be writing about people, become a people watcher. It just allows you to write so that your people sound real, and and give reality to your books, even if they're fantasy books. It doesn't matter. Like, be a people watcher, and you'll write better because you'll get to understand the nuances of people, which you don't really see all that often if you're not a people watcher, because you're not you're not looking at it, you're not paying attention to it. Anyway, if you're a writer, be a people watcher as well. Just when you're out, when you're in a restaurant, when you're in a store, observe people. You don't have to take notes or anything like that. Just observe them, and and you'll notice things. And if you move from area to area like we have done, you will notice differences, tiny little differences in people, the way they are. I find that the people here are more aggressive in driving, and that is probably part of the fact that they are like part of a huge city. But sometimes it's hilarious what goes on this corner, because there'll be a big truck coming, and then there'll be cars all over the place, and it's just quite funny what goes on this little corner here, because this is sort of the entrance into the Walmart mall. And it's not just Walmart. There's big stores here, but there's also a lot of little stores, as you might be able to see across the way. On the corner is a Popeyes. I'm not sure what's next. There's a Little Caesars in there. There's a petty and nail place. There's all sorts, and up behind us, which I'm not going to swing around because I'm sitting in a chair quite comfortably. But there's little stores up behind us. There's a big Dollar Tree up there. Lots of food stores, more nails and hair and things like that up in there. The small stores. Across the way, I'll just move you a little. Across the way over. Can I put my finger up there and actually have you see it there? Over there is an LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board. So there's and it looks quite big actually. We don't go into liquor stores because we don't drink enough to worry about it. But we might, buy a bottle once every few years. but we are certainly not big drinkers. I'm not adverse to drinking. We just can't afford it. Quite frankly, I mean, when you're paying $40, $50 for a bottle of alcohol and you're only going to pee it away anyways, it's like, I don't think so. I mean, a good meal to me, that's far more important. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring you up to speed on how we're sitting. We haven't heard from our friend yet to see if that MasterCard has come in today. We're hoping, that she goes and gets the mail again. She checked the mail on Saturday and texted Gary and said there was nothing yet. So we're still waiting. I'm hoping it's there either today or tomorrow, and then we'll get her to ship it to us on a 2-day thing if she can, and get it over here at the Walmart. I'll just carefully, trying not to run you too fast, but trying, there's the Walmart over there. And yeah, it's big. It's a big store, and we'll be going in there. That's where the UPS store is, so we'll be going in there and having a look at that, and picking it up there when it comes in. Anyway, that is about all I was going to say. This sign here, that says card reader, and it has Gary's phone number on it. Just so that we can maybe drum up a little bit of business. We're hoping. Anyway, I will put this away for now and probably talk to you. Maybe, well, I'll let you know when the money comes in. How about that? So we will talk to you then. Bye now.